Hey, this is Jackie from Plan a Healthy Life, and in this video, I'm going to show you what the absolute first digital sticker you should learn how to make if you're a beginner to digital planning and making your own digital stickers. I'll show you how to use the sticker in tons of different ways and exactly how to create your own using PicMonkey. So showing you a couple of pages in my planner here, can you guess what the first digital sticker you should make is? It is a rectangle. I'm going to show you how you could take one piece of clip art or any image to create a color palette and make a simple coordinating digital stickers, rectangles that you can use in your digital planner inside of GoodNotes. Digital stickers are just PNG images with transparent backgrounds that you can use inside your digital planner with apps like GoodNotes or Notability. So the rectangle is the perfect beginner digital sticker to make because look at all the ways I've used rectangles inside my planner. I've used it as backgrounds for pictures. I've used it as overlays over my days of the week. I've used it as a highlighting tool. So many different ways you can use simple rectangles. You can create any color that you want. And the cool thing is that you can change the height and width of your rectangle right inside GoodNotes. So you only have to create one of each colored rectangle. Now, you can always purchase digital stickers, but it gets expensive and they're so easy to make, especially when you use a program like PicMonkey. It's a simple photo editing graphics program and it's totally free. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is to find an image that's going to be the focal piece and the source of your color palette for your digital stickers. So I like to use clip art, which is basically a PNG image that has a transparent background, so I can use that clip art in my planner as well. So you want to grab an image or a photo that has at least a few colors for your color palette of rectangles. So this is the sticker that I decided to use. It's from a website called mycutegraphics.com, and it's clip art that's made for teachers. I just think it's super adorable, and I'm using this in my January digital planner. Now, if you don't want to use an image from here, you could take a photo off of your phone. You could purchase clip art. You can Google free clip art and find websites that have clip art. You can also Google things specifically like free coffee cup clip art or free soccer clip art. But you want to find one image that you're going to be using and then save it to cloud-based storage. So for this, I'm just going to right-click on the image and save picture as, and my cloud-based storage pops up, and I'm just going to pop it in here. I already have a folder set up. I actually already have this saved, but I'm just going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to save it again here and click save. So it's really important that you save it to cloud-based storage because we're going to be working with the image in PicMonkey, but then you also want to be able to access the images you create in PicMonkey, your digital stickers, inside of your iPad and your GoodNotes app. So once you have your image, the next thing you want to do is to go over to PicMonkey. PicMonkey is like a super amazing piece of free software, though they do have a paid version, but the free software is perfect for what we're going to be doing here. It's super, super easy to use. There's almost no learning curve, and it allows you to create images that have a transparent background. So let's go ahead and get started by creating our little mini sticker sheet. So you're gonna wanna click on or hover over the design icon up here, and I just click on custom size. It defaults to 2000 by 2000 pixels, which is perfect, so click on make it. And then the next thing you wanna do is to be sure that transparent canvas over here on the left is selected and click apply. So this is gonna be our mini sticker sheet for our color palette. The next thing that you want to do is to import the image you just chose. So go over here to the graphics tab, which looks like a little butterfly, and you click on that. And you want to add your own. And then you have options of where to pull that image from. So my cloud-based storage is Microsoft OneDrive, and it's hooked up to my computer. So I can click on that to access cloud storage. You may have to click on the More tab where you will see things like Google Drive or Dropbox or whatever it is that you use for the cloud. So I'm going to click on my computer here, and then I'm just going to upload. Actually, it should be my quick access. Yes. Upload that photo. Okay, so when it's on my canvas here, I'm not going to be using this photo on this particular canvas inside of GoodNotes because I already have it's already saved to my OneDrive. So if I'm going to use this picture here inside of GoodNotes, I will just import that image separately. What we're using it for here is basically to grab colors for it. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller and place it up at the top here. So now we want to create our rectangles, which is super easy. And just click over here on geometric, and I just grab the first one, which is your rectangle box, and then drag it all the way across your screen. So what I want to tell you here is that the size does not matter on this particular sticker sheet. We can create a long, narrow rectangle like this, which actually works really well. If you remember from the images I showed you inside my planner, I use rectangles as an overlay on some of my headers inside the planner, and a long, narrow rectangle is a perfect size. But when we crop this rectangle and use it inside of GoodNotes, you can resize it to any size and shape. So it could be a large rectangle behind a photo, or to cover up a box in your planner, or you can even make it a square. So we're just going to create long and narrow rectangles. That's the only size you have to create. So the next thing you want to do is to create enough rectangles for the colors that you want to pick out of your image. So in this image here, I'm going to use the dark blue, the light blue, and the green. And I'm also going to make semi-transparent rectangles for each of those colors as well. So I'm going to make a total of 6. So all I need to do is to duplicate this box 5 more times. So to duplicate the box, you just right click on it to select, and you scroll down to duplicate graphic and repeat. And that should give me 6 boxes. And then just arrange them on your page. It doesn't matter if it's perfectly aligned. The only thing that I want to be like kind of particular about is that your rectangle goes from edge to edge on this image, so it makes cropping it inside of GoodNotes easier. But as you can see, it's not totally evenly spaced, and that's fine because you're going to crop and use those rectangles individually. So now we get to fill in the rectangles, and this is really fun and easy with PicMonkey. So take the first rectangle and select it by clicking on it. Now you're going to see a box that comes over here to the right, and it shows you color 1 and color 2. Color 1 is the border, and it defaults to a transparent border, and I just leave that as is. I don't want a border in my rectangle. I just want a block of one color. So then color 2 is what I'm going to click on to change. And you can see that a whole rainbow palette appears, and you could choose any color out of here, right? But the tricky thing is to try to match it. If I'm trying to find like that green shade, well, that might be close. But it's difficult to match without using a simple color number. But PicMonkey has the really cool eyedropper feature, which allows you to pick the exact color that you want to use. So that's what we're going to use here. Click on the eyedropper tool and then go to the first color that you want to use, and it's my dark blue. And I click on it, and it created the exact shade of the dark blue. Now, because I'm going to create a semi-transparent rectangle of that dark blue color, I'm going to make 2 of them. So I'm just going to click on the color, and then I'm going to use the eyedropper tool again. And I'll just click on that, it's a little easier. And so I'm going to go ahead and repeat this for the other colors that I want inside my planner. Okay, so we have the 6 colors that I'm going to be using in this example. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is to make semi-transparent shapes for each of those 3 colors, as I mentioned. Now, You may want to consider this if you want to use a rectangle or a square as an overlay for something in your planner. So if you remember from my planner, the days of the week and the months of the year and other various headers are already inside that planner. So if I would cover those headers with a solid rectangle, just like I'm doing here, you can't see what's behind it. So then I'd have to add text on top of it again. So if I covered up Monday with this dark blue rectangle, I'd have to add text for Monday again. And I don't really want to repeat that process. Do you know what I mean? I try and keep it as simple as I can. So I make a semi-transparent version of the color I want to use that adds color to the planner and allow it covers, but it allows you to see the text or whatever is behind it. So it's super, super easy to do. I'm going to click on the second one, and you can see over here on the right the fade bar, and that is what gives you that transparency. So I'm going to slide mine over to 60%, but you can choose whatever amount looks good for you. So what I've done is played with it a little bit. Like sometimes I would do one that's like this, but when I put it on top of my graphic or on top of my header, I couldn't read it as well. So I found that 60% works really well for me, and that's what I'm going to stick to right here, and you can do whatever you want. And so let me just move this over here. You can see that you can see what's behind it, and it works best with like black and white. But that's what I'm going to do here. And so I'm going to repeat this process on the other two semi-transparent ones. Okay, so this is our mini sticker sheet. The cool thing about GoodNotes or Notability is that you can crop right in there. And so for very simple shapes like rectangles, it's fastest, in my opinion, to just create a mini sticker sheet like this, import that into GoodNotes, and then crop it and use it right from GoodNotes. The other alternative is to save each one of these rectangles as an individual PNG image, which you can definitely do. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you the fastest way. So we're going to, first thing we're going to do is to save this sticker sheet inside of PicMonkey. And that's going to allow you to use this again. So let's say in February or whenever you want to create another color palette, you can just pull this up again. You can delete this image, import another photo or piece of clip art, and then just change the colors of the rectangles, but everything else is all set up for you. So to do that, you just click over here on Save, and then you just name it. So I'm just gonna call it January Color Palette, and save. So again, that's saved to PicMonkey in your hub. And once you have it saved, then you're going to export this image and save it to your cloud-based storage. Oh, my cursor is looking weird. So, okay, what you're gonna do is click on export up at the top. And you can see here it defaults with the name I just gave it, and it defaulted to a PNG image. So just make sure that that's what you have, and that's exactly what you want, a PNG image, and then export to computer. Or you can choose the cloud-based storage. Now you can see it's pulling it up. I already have this saved, so I'm just gonna save it again and copy over that one. And there you have it. So now it's in my cloud-based storage, and I'm going to now flip back to my digital planner, and I'm going to show you how you can import it into your digital planner, how you can crop it right from there and use it inside your planner.
Now I'm going to give you a sneak peek into my planner and show you how I use some of the shapes like we already created in my planner. So as you can see, my style is very simple. I mainly use text and highlighting and basic shapes like the rectangles and squares. So this is the current week. I'm recording this on the 12th. And as you can see, I use rectangles and various shapes and sizes on my planner. Now, one thing I do want to point out is I've used the semi-transparent images over the days of the week, and I'm just going to drag and drop one off so that you can see, because my planner has the header's already in, the days of the week are already into the planner. And so if I used an opaque header, I'd have to add text again on top of it. But by using the semi-transparent, it's really easy for me to add color to my planner. And I can also use that almost as a highlighting tool. I'm going to flip to this page here, and this is next week. So I have it kind of laid out. I don't have all my to-dos in yet, but you can see I've used the semi-transparent headings over the top again for my habit tracker. I have some time blocking here by where the product is. And basically what you see in my planner are the shapes and a few pieces of clip art and text, and that's about it. So let's go now to my sticker section of my planner. And I'm going to show you how to import the image that you created and crop the stickers right in GoodNotes. So what I'm going to do here is use this image tool and just click on here where I'm going to add that sticker sheet. I'm going to go into, this is my cloud-based storage, Microsoft OneDrive, where I have it stored. I'm going to click on it here and resize it down just a little bit. Now, as you can see, this image is one piece, right? So if I wanted to add just the dark blue banner onto my page, I'm going to have to crop everything out. So what I like to do is just pre-crop it. It's super fast and easy. And basically what I'm going to do, I'll speed up the video, is I'm going to make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to make 6 copies of this image, and then I'm going to crop each one for a separate banner and then leave it right here. So I'm going to speed up and show you how I do that. Well, I'll walk you through the first one here. So I'm going to use the lasso tool to copy this and just paste it. So that would be number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I have enough. And we'll make it all pretty in just a sec. Then what I'm going to do is click over on the image, the image tool again, click on any one of them, click again, and go to crop. And I'm just going to start cropping down from the top to the bottom rectangle. And just click on the next one, same thing. Okay, so now you can see they're on here. They're all a little bit messy, so I'm just going to reorder them, just kind of move them around, and I'll speed up the video while I do that. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I just like to have them kind of all ready to go. So now, as you can see, I can just move any one, copy and paste that anywhere in my planner. So what I like to do is to leave these in my sticker book, and then I copy and paste the rectangles into the week I'm working on so that I have them there. I'm not going back and forth to my sticker book, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So I'm going to select all these, click copy, and then I'm going to go into my January page, and I'm just going to scroll over to the coming week. And well, you can see I already have them in. Oh, that's actually another week. Okay, here we go. Let's do it here. I like to do things like in steps and copy and paste as much as I can. So, okay, as I flip through here, you can see this is the week currently. So I have it kind of organized and ready to go, but I already have this stuff set up for the next couple of weeks. And it's all messy. It's all just pasted shapes into there that I can move around as I'm actually planning the week. So now once it's here, I can drag and drop wherever I want. I can resize it. When I resize, I like to use the image tool here. It makes, I don't know, it feels like there's more control. And so you can make any type of shape. You can make a perfect square. You can make it larger. As I've done, you can see I made some rectangle boxes up here. Copy and paste them from one place to another. So I'm all organized and ready to go in my planner. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, as you can see, I have messy images. Okay, so I have for next week in this section here, which is kind of usually where I throw to-dos that I need to do during the week. I add my extra images, so they're here when I want to move them around. And then at the end of the week, when I'm done and I'm planning the next week, I delete them and decorate that box. So you can see over here, I've already done that. I've gotten rid of all those extra images, deleted them, and then I just decorated this box. So there we have it.